Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Music and Beyond. I'm Ernie Crazy Eyes from Recall Productions. Today I have Cody from the band Greymarch. How's it going, man?
Not too bad. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. Just haven't been able to sleep, so I've been napping here and there.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I have a 4-month-old baby boy. He's almost 5 months, actually. So I know exactly what you're talking about, getting no sleep.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you, bud.
I'm not comparing your baby to my pet and stuff, but my dog, like her favorite time to start barking is when I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm just like,
that's what they do.
But I'm pretty sure with the baby you gotta actually take care of the baby because it's a human life.
Yeah, he's awesome, and it's long nights and little sleep, but he's definitely worth it. And we've got a handful of dogs too, and it's not that different.
Yeah.
So I think you have a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't think I've heard from you since for a while. Like, when you hit me up, I was like, holy smokes, is it that guy? But I got really excited.
Oh yeah, man, I've been interested to talk with you for a while. I remember our interview outside of House of Blues Dallas on the Hell Yeah tour.
Yeah.
Back when I was in Sleep Signals, and I just been a fan of yours ever since.
Oh, thanks, man. And I've been supporting Sleep Signals, and right now we're gonna start talking about Greymarch. And I've heard the music, and I freaking love it because you just bring a little bit something extra and different to that band, to your new band.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
But can you give us a brief history of the formation of Greymarch and how the band got started?
Yeah, definitely. After I parted ways with Sleep Signals, I wanted to do something a little bit different, something a little heavier, some music that I've been brewing in my mind for a while, and I just started writing music. I tried to get different people involved, and it never really worked out for one reason or the other. So at a certain point, I just said, you know what? I'm going to write, record, produce, mix, master, everything I need to do, and just release this stuff that I have in my head. And that's it. That's Greymarch, man. Since I'm not a vocalist myself, I feel like most people would not be very happy hearing my singing voice. I enlisted Miles Claiborne. He's actually the drummer for the band Saul. So he did the vocals on all of the recordings. Yeah, he did the vocals, and he killed it, man. He knew exactly what the song needed, and they sound like those vocals that he cut sound awesome. So I couldn't be happier about it. And like if you guys decide to go on tour, or you just go in for support, will he be joining you, or would you have to find somebody new? Oh, I don't imagine he would be joining me because Saul is actually getting ramped up for their next tour cycle with their new album coming out. And if it ever came down to it, I would be happy to find a couple guys here and there to fill out a lineup. But honestly, the whole touring thing, I think that's kind of not something that this Greymarch project is really about. It's more of a studio project, just writing and releasing music as often as I can.
That's dope. Hell yeah. I'm excited because the music that I heard, the first time that you had reached out, I listened to the music, and then when you reached out, when I reached out, a couple of days ago, I went back and I listened to the music and I was just like, man, I didn't hear that when I first heard this music, and it was just like very refreshing.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I actually have a new song coming out 2 days,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Can
that'll
you
kind of
talk to me
complete.
about that song?
Yeah, yeah. It's called "Bite the Bullet," and this is actually a song that I've been working on for several years, in fact. And everybody that I show it to, everybody that I talk to about it, is like it's kind of their favorite song. And I don't really know what the magic is behind it, but it's got a very like head bobbing kind of groove to it, and the way it's structured, it just feels really really natural progression. And the idea behind the song is essentially, the name of the song is "Bite the Bullet." Essentially means nut up or shut up, right? It's
Yeah.
do it or don't. Like don't even. And it's just kind of music industry is such a difficult thing, and a lot of people don't even realize how hard it is just to get any traction whatsoever. You got to put so much work and effort into it, and the guys that succeed are the guys that give it their all.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's essentially what the song is about, and it's absolutely my favorite song to play. Just the way the guitar structure throughout the song is set up, it's just really really fun to run through anytime I do. So
That's amazing, and I'm excited to hear that.
yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's coming out in a couple days, March 10th. So I don't know when this is gonna air, but
Yeah,
it'll
I'm
probably
probably
be
gonna release it tomorrow, honestly.
cool. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
people listening to this, the song comes out tomorrow, March 10th. Happy Mario Day.
Right on. Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect time. Um, and how would you describe your sound, and what gets Greymarch apart from other melodic bands?
Well, I feel like anybody that listens could definitely tell there's a heavy influence from not only older metalcore bands like, August Burns Red and As I Lay Dying, but even newer ones like Fit for King and Wage War. I just really love putting that melodic aspect in with the heavy, angry breakdowns, and just make it a kind of a musical and emotional journey. And
Oh, hell yeah,
I,
man. I love that.
I think, yeah, I think what kind of sets Greymarch apart from everybody else is, having that kind of blend in the music that I've been working on for a long time, with just me being kind of a nerdy dad gamer kind of guy, and not taking myself too seriously.
Hey, you're doing what Limp Bizkit preached in 2021, bringing in the dad vibes.
I do my best, man. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, but I love that, man, because like one band that I've been listening to for like a very, like, ever since like their second album almost started getting promoted, and they started releasing music from that album, is Bad Flower, because their music gets me so emotionally wrecked, and I sometimes I just start crying. I'm like, fuck, why am I still listening to this?
Oh man, yeah, you're spot on with that. I think during my tenure in Sleep Signals, we played with Bad Flower in Sturgis, South Dakota, when they were having
Yeah.
the motorcycle rally. It was fantastic, and those guys put on such an amazing show. It was a cool night, man, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what you bring into the table, man, because I really did enjoy the music from you guys, and I'm always ready for some new music. So,
For sure,
I'm excited
for
for
sure.
you for 2023. Oh God,
Appreciate it.
2023. What are the biggest influences for Greymarch when it comes to the songwriting?
Yeah, like into the the bands I already mentioned. I think I take a lot of more. I like those. I like the really, really heavy influences. Like I was working on some music that was like really deathcore, like heavy kind of, Black Dahlia Murder back in the day. But taking that and then bringing in just like regular hard rock aspects. Like this is my first kind of metal, I guess you could say, like metal group. Everything prior to this has been more hard rock, and you might say a little bit more radio friendly.
Yeah.
So I always lean into that when I can, because I just, there's something about it that's relatable. Like people can
definitely
just kind of feel it in a different way than just, anger all the time. That kind of metal, and I just want to bring that all together.
That's amazing, man. Like I really hope everybody listening to this podcast goes and checks out Greymarch, because like every song that they have, it's they're so good. Like they're different, and I just love listening to your music. And since
Thank you.
Since Spotify has that new DJ beta mix thing, sometimes I'm just like listening to the music, and when you guys come on, I'm like, who's that? And then I'm like, I see it's Greymarch. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I do know this one.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, appreciate the kind words. Definitely put a lot of work into making the music the most it could be. Something that I'm happy with, that I think is relatable, that people can hear and feel at the same time.
Yeah, I'm excited, man, and I know we talked about touring a little while ago, but like if touring does come fruition, who would you like to tour with?
Oh man, I remember you asked this question at the House of Dallas when we were talking.
Yeah,
and
that was an amazing show, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, it was fun. That was a very interesting night. That's the night that I really started talking to the beautiful lady that would later become my wife.
Oh, really? Holy smokes!
Yeah,
that's amazing, dude. Hell yeah!
So yeah, in terms of touring, like that night, I remember specifically I said Seven Dust, because Seven Dust is such an amazing live band. They have such great music, and they are like the absolute nicest guys. And that is like their reputation, like throughout the world, is just being nice guys who play awesome music.
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anybody better to go on tour with. And, I kind of felt very similarly about Atreyu when we were out on tour with them. Just like some of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
I've never seen
awesome
Atreyu,
music.
but it's a dream.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man, you just kind of opened up some memories right now that you were talking about the Hell Yeah tour, because I met Chad Gray. I was like, holy fuck, like I can't believe it's you. And then I feel
Chad is he was a really kind of laid back kind of guy, and we got the opportunity to hang out with him several different times backstage, and it was always great.
Dude, that's amazing. And I feel bad because I think his wife was there at the Dallas at the Dallas show, and I think she was like trying to spark up a conversation with me, because I mean she's one of the best DJs on Sirius XM. She's awesome. She does really really good work there on Octane. So yeah, it was cool. She came out to several of the shows. Yeah, I totally blew her off though, because I wasn't thinking about her at the moment. I was, I want to talk to Chad Gray. Like, leave me alone.
I would like to think that it's unfortunate, but she's probably a little bit used to that, because they both have kind of their own lanes, even though they're both like music related.
Yeah, I mean now I kind of wish I would have sparked up a conversation with her, because I'm sure she interviews a lot of musicians, and all that stuff, and I could have probably asked her for a couple of pointers, but my dumbass was just, like, I want to talk to Chad Gray and that's it. Like, no girls allowed.
Well, I don't think anybody could blame you for that. I mean, Chad Gray is the man. So.
Yeah, I really hope we can hear some new music from them too. But man, it's going back and forth from everything. And let's see. What has been the biggest challenge for Greymarch as a band? And like, have you overcome it?
I would say yes. Like I mentioned, had a very, very hard time kind of finding different people that were interested in pursuing the music that I had kind of in my head. And I talked with quite a few different very, very talented musicians, and we tried to make it work, but it was just kind of wanting different things. And they went out and did something a little bit different that's awesome. And, I kind of stuck with the Greymarch thing. And, yeah, like I said, just decided at a certain point that I was just going to do it myself and put it out there. I had that very strong, firm belief in the music that I just wanted to get it out, get it released, get it in the hands of anybody that might find it interesting or helpful or entertaining, anything like that.
That's awesome. And can you talk to me about the themes and messages and your lyrics and what inspired them?
Absolutely. I think a lot of the lyrics that I come up with are kind of rooted in certain things that I see in everyday life that kind of upset me. The way people treat each other and different ways the world could be improved, like eye for an eye is about, it's about kind of the idea that everybody else is wrong and you're the only person who has a valid opinion. And these like super huge fights I see people get into based on a difference of opinion, when holistically nobody is wrong. It's just a difference of opinion, and people get so spiteful and they spew out such like hateful things, and I see that, and I can't really just let it go. But at the same time, I'm not going to throw more fuel on the fire by commenting on a post like, hey, you're just being rude. So I put that into the music.
That's awesome.
And
I love that you did that, because like one of my favorite songs that I've been listening to is Social Disease. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites as of right now. And the second one is probably The Prison We Make It.
Yeah, those are both really, really meaningful songs to me. Like Social Disease, I would say that one's about somebody who is, vain and narcissistic, and they just kind of put that out into the world, and it doesn't make the world turn. It doesn't help anybody, and like arguably it doesn't even help the person that's being vain, and it's just like it literally is like a social disease. Like these people all saying, look at me, I'm so great. And you see it on social media all over the place, and people are just trying to get some sort of satisfaction through likes, and it doesn't seem very fulfilling to me to do that. I don't think it's any way to go through life. And then The Prison We Make It is actually, there's multiple facets to that song, and it kind of evolved a lot as I was writing it. The original idea is the prison we make it being the limitations that we have in our lives sometimes are the limitations that we put on ourselves. You think to yourself, well, I can't do this. I can't, write music and put it out and have anybody care about it because I'm not cool or something like that. And that's something you put on yourself.
Yeah, I do that a lot with myself too, with my podcast. Like, I see people get like thousands of freaking thousands of plays, and I'm just like, man, I wish I knew 1,000 people that would play my stuff. But at the same time, like, I just kind of promote it and, just kind of hope for the best. And I show like certain people like, hey, check this out. Like, we talk about this. And, like, I don't know if they put in like paid promotion or anything like that, but I don't, because I just wanted to, I just wanted to I just wanted to be as natural as possible. Like, and that's why that's why my conversations are like this, or my interviews. I call them conversations because I want the listener to feel like they're in a room with both of us and, conversating about music so that they can, align with what we're talking about and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I appreciate about you. I've been listening to some of your other podcasts for, quite a while and kind of catching up in the past a couple weeks or so, but you don't let it hold you back, man. And that's what I appreciate about you. You just keep on going forward and you believe in it, and you don't make it a prison for yourself. But
no.
And furthermore, in the song "The Prison We Make It," there's this bridge section, and I'm kind of doing kind of tapping, like ascending chord progression. And I was listening to it and thinking about all of these lyrics about not like holding yourself back. And I was just struck by, and a few years ago, a cousin of mine, he was such a fantastic like person, such a nice kid, and he was an amazing musician. Like, watching videos of him playing guitar and singing, it was just like it was very, very special. But when I heard that he decided he wanted to end his own life, I was just gutted. It was so terrible. I mean, he brought so much light into the world. And, fast forward a couple years, I'm working on this song and this chord structure kind of hits me and I get that feeling. And so the bridge section of the song deals with that, that loss of a loved one, especially to suicide. It was so terrible. And, I don't know what was going on that made him feel like that's what he needed to do, but it's just like, it sucks, man. It really sucks that he put himself in that prison.
Yeah.
And he gave himself a life sentence, or he gave himself a death sentence, and it's heart-wrenching. And so I put that in there, and it really just fit so well with everything. I kind of got that out of me, that like screaming feeling. I was able to express it in that part of the song. And so that one is very, very special to me for that reason.
Yeah, damn. You had me crying over here. Wow.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And I know there's so many different people out there who are dealing with things that are, it seems like you can't overcome it.
Like, when, like, early last year, I discovered this app called Quilt. And, like, me and my friends, like, I didn't know these people, but I was sad because I lost my best friend in 2021. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man, it was tough. But when I downloaded the app, I started talking to people, and I started, being a jokester and a dumbass and saying the most stupidest things I can say, even though they were cringy and stuff. And I would share my music and my podcast too. But what they did for me is they gave me more life to my life sentence or whatever, to my death sentence, because like if I wouldn't have found them, I probably would have, been on suicide watch or whatever. But like the people that I hang out with now here on Clubhouse, we moved over to Clubhouse because Quote doesn't exist anymore. But we take care of each other. Like we just, like, hey, how are you doing? Like, how are you really feeling? Like, tell us. And if you need to cry, cry. Because we're always just making sure that we're okay, because mental health is just a serious deal now, and nobody's doing anything about it. And I'm like one of the biggest supporters on that, because I struggle with a lot of mental health problems too, and I just want people to know that the disease is real.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am glad that you found that community that you could go to and share your feelings with, because a lot of people don't have that, and they don't know where to look. And it's really inspiring that you see a lot more and more awareness brought to it every single day. But it's an epidemic in and of itself, and it's so great that you found that community. And it's kind of what I'm trying to do with that song and the music, is just trying to find a community of people who kind of feel the same way, And that's what's great about music. It brings people together.
Yeah, I love it, because that's how we can make so many new friends too, because it's kind of like you see somebody with the 3 Days Grace T-shirt, or Hell Yeah, or POD, and you just kind of like, hey, I love this band, and the music is like, this is my favorite song, or this is my favorite album, and you just create a friendship and stuff. And why is my dog going crazy?
Yeah, I'm surprised my dogs aren't going crazy. It's a little past our normal bedtime here, and I'm still up.
Yeah, they're probably waiting for you so that they can knock out.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, dude, the community is freaking great, and I don't know, I just love the music community, because it's incredible. And I can't wait to tell my friends about Greymarch, because I'm sure they're gonna love you guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. And I'm telling everybody that I talk to about your podcast and how you're talking to various different bands that I've known for a while, actually. I mean, you had a conversation with Rob not too long ago, and then a couple months ago, you talked to a band called Dark Below, and I remember 6 years ago, a previous band that I was in was on tour with Alien Ant Farm, and we stopped through, Missouri, and played a show with them, and they were just so cool. So I've been following them ever since. So I was seeing that they were on your podcast is really cool.
Yeah. And it's funny that you mentioned them, because I'm not sure which song it is, but it's something that you had mentioned earlier, and it kind of reminded me of, Hate Being Human.
Yeah.
It gave me the same vibe. I'm like, holy crap, he's kind of talking about hate being human, but he's not talking about hate being human. But
I reached out and sent them a message not too long ago just to say, hey, I remember playing with you guys, and you guys were awesome, and I noticed that your new song, Hate Being Human, has been on radio and stuff like that, and it was just that's awesome, man.
That's amazing, man. I love seeing the other bands supporting other bands.
That's what you got to do, man. You got to. They say that high tide raises all ships. So, we got to work together in the music community to raise the tide, and that'll bring everybody up.
Yeah. And what's one thing you hope your fans take away from listening to your music?
Yeah, I really hope that anybody who takes the time to listen to any of the songs that they kind of take from it, the message that I'm trying to put out there, and it just kind of inspires them in some way or another, whether it's, hey, this is a cool song and it makes me want to play guitar or play drums or something like that, or if it's somebody like really connects with the lyrics and they think, I just want to go out into the world and be a good person.
Yeah.
I just want to treat everybody else the way I would want to be treated.
Hell yeah. I love that. And what is the most wait, no. What can fans expect from Greymarch in the future? And can we possibly maybe see something done over the interwebs and just see you maybe perform a couple of songs on like Facebook Live or in another platform?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been meaning to do that. The plan for this project is essentially just to write and record music consistently. I've been sticking to putting out a song every month or so, and I want to stick with that and just be, very consistent in releases. I think if somebody tries to write a song and release it every single week, it kind of gets rushed too much and
Yeah.
it doesn't really hit the full impact. And if you wait 3 months, 6 months, whatever, it just kind of loses a little bit of that impact. People kind of forget about the previous song and the next song. So that's the idea right now, is just to be consistent with releasing music. And I definitely intend to do a little bit more Facebook Live stuff, and whether it's talking about a song that I am putting out or doing a playthrough, a performance. Yeah, absolutely. It's just at this point with a baby in the house, he is the priority. My family's priority.
I don't know if I said it, but congratulations, man! I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he's an awesome little guy, and I also have 2 stepdaughters, and they mean the world to me as well. So, we got a full family structure going on here, and a couple of guitars hung up on the walls and playing some angry music. But
hell yeah. Keep living that dream.
Absolutely. It is a dream for sure.
And before I let you go, I'm sure you answered this question back in 2019. But if you were stuck in an elevator with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about?
I don't remember this question from our original interview at Dallas House of Blues, but like I said, I've been listening for a while, and I know you always close with that question. And so I just want to say that if I was to be in an elevator with a musician, dead or alive, I'll probably choose one that's living, because a corpse in the elevator is kind of awkward.
Whoa.
Yep, dad jokes.
Yeah, that was
I've been working on my dad jokes.
Before we actually hang up, like, and we're not recording, like, I'm gonna tell you one of the worst jokes I've ever said, but yeah, please continue.
I'm excited to hear it. I am a fan of. I hope you mean it's a terrible dad joke.
No, it's a dark joke.
I'm a fan of all. Okay. Well, I'm a fan of all sorts of jokes. Comedy is something that I definitely try and keep myself up to date with, because, man, I don't know if I should say this, but I used to get in trouble a lot for making funny faces in serious promo pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do that all the time, and that was just the vibe I gave off. I was just the goofball, and they had to kind of rein me in, like, no, you got to look angry. This is a hard rock band. You got to look angry.
Yeah, I know. People are always asking me to smile. I'm like, for what?
But yeah, I'd like to serious answer to your question, because I think it's an awesome question, and I love how it kind of puts everybody on their toes whenever they hear it. I think for me, the musician that I would really love to be stuck in an elevator with would be Matt Hafey from Trivium.
Oh, nice.
Because not only is he like a fantastic guitar player, vocalist, he's come like great strides with his singing voice as well. And that's been really inspiring for me to kind of see that evolution. But, you know, I know I would want to talk to him about like video games and stuff. I think that would be really cool.
Nice. What do you play?
What do I play instrumentally? Oh, no. Sorry.
Video games.
Video games. All right. So I was expecting you to actually ask the question about the origin of the band name.
Oh yeah. I was actually
based on a video game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please talk to us about that, please.
Yeah. The Greymarch is actually something that I pulled from the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I don't play the Elder Scrolls, but I know a lot of people that do.
Yeah, like everybody plays Skyrim, and they should, because it's awesome. But Oblivion is the game that came out before that, and you know I'm always like, it has a special place in my heart, even though the graphics aren't so good, and it's a little bit more dated than Skyrim. There's a part of this video game that you're in the realm of the god of madness. His name is Sheogorath, and he enlists your aid to prevent like his realm from being taken over by the forces of order. So, you know, you go into this realm, and it's like so colorful and just crazy. There's like mushroom trees, and it's just a really kind of like beautiful landscape. And then these guys come in and they turn everything gray. That's why they're called the Greymarch. And I always found it kind of weird, kind of poignant, I guess you could say, that the fact that these guys represent logic and reason, and how that kind of makes everything a little bleak.
Yeah.
You know, it's helpful to have a little touch of madness, you know?
Yeah.
And that makes everything a little bit more colorful.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna check out the Greymarch character, or like what you're talking about, on like maybe a video, maybe somebody explains it and stuff. Like, not to, like, more so that I can see it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting, and I apologize if I'm kind of nerding out a little bit.
No, you're good, man. I mean, I'm a nerd too.
Like, video game.
I've been playing the hell out of freaking Super Mario Odyssey, and I freaking love it. I'm addicted.
Oh man, yeah, that's fantastic. You have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, like my PS4 messed up. If not, I would be playing it right now too. But thank God for my Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So,
and where can we? What's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say that's pretty much the nerdy origin of the band's name. And
that's cool. I didn't. I was gonna ask you that when I kind of like hesitated on a question, and I totally forgot, and I saw the next question. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. I'll just ask him this one. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because like I really wanted to know too.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So where can we find you guys, social media wise?
Well, anywhere that use social media, you can find us at Greymarch Band. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. I know you've preferred Apple Music for a while, I think. So, you know, we gotta make sure that it's available everywhere. And YouTube. And like I said, got a new song coming out in a couple days, Bite the Bullet, and that will be available on all of those platforms. Very excited about it. So
coming out tomorrow, guys. So check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna come out on Super Mario Day. But I want to thank you so much, man, and I'm glad you reached out because I was like, I would always see your name, and I'm like, was that the dude from Sleep Signals? And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna ask him. Like, that sounds stupid. Like, what if he plays for a band and that band doesn't like that band? I'm just like, crap. Like, I don't want to start any trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. But I appreciate you having me. It's been great, and like I said, I've been wanting to talk to you for a while because I really remember that interview that we had at the Dallas House of Blues, and I've just been following you ever since, and I think you're awesome.
Thank you so much. And honestly, I just wanted to make like a big memory at the Hell Yeah concert. And, like you guys are one of my favorite memories because you guys not only killed it, but, I enjoyed hanging out after the show and doing the interview or before the show. Wait, was it after?
It was before the show.
It was before the show, right?
Oh, man, that was a crazy night. We did the interview before the show just outside, and we were actually, you probably weren't aware, but we were probably like 20 feet away from the buses, and Chad Kroger actually came to hang out with Hell Yeah that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got to chat with him for a second, and that was really cool, but what's even cooler than that, to me, personally, is that was, like I said, the night that I really started talking to the woman who would become my wife. It was just like all of this stuff happening at the same time, and it's a funny story because we actually met several months prior when the band was on tour with All That Remains. We were playing a Dallas show, and she had had a little bit too much to drink.
Yeah.
And she had purchased a poster from a merch table, and she came up to me after the show with this poster, and what she intended to say was, "Can I have your autograph?"
Uh-huh.
But all of the tequila in her system made her say, "Can I have you?"
Oh,
and
no.
She said, "Can I have you?" I stepped back and I looked her up and down. I said, "Yeah, all right, absolutely." And we didn't, that was great, but we didn't talk like on social media or anything after that. And then she saw that the band was coming back through with Hell Yeah, and she sent me a message like several days in advance saying, "Hey, I don't know if you would appreciate it or not, but I'm going to be at the show, and if I come up and say, 'Can I have you?' again, would you be cool with that?" And I said, "Yeah, do it."
Oh,
and she did.
Wow.
Yep, she did. And we haven't gone a single day without talking ever since. So it was a really cool night.
When you proposed to her, did you ask her, "Can I have you forever?"
Yes, I did.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
It was, you're spot on with that.
Oh, I love that. Man, somebody needs to start writing my love fairy tale because I'm only getting older.
You'll get there, man. You are a catch. You are a catch. You just got to find the right girl. Probably at a show. And she might be a little drunk.
Oh, sure,
yeah.
I don't drink at shows, so it's definitely not gonna be me.
Oh, well, you know what? That's smart. But as long as she's drinking at the show, she'll ask for your autograph, and then you can go from there, right?
If I'm there for an interview, then I'm not drinking. And if I'm not there for an interview, then I'm still not gonna drink because I want to enjoy the show, and I don't want to like feel sick or anything. So
I can respect that for sure. Yeah. That's taking it serious. 100%.
Yeah, man. Like, I gotta do something serious in my life. I mean, it just can't be me being a dumbass my whole life.
Well, I mean, if it's who you are, then be who you are.
Yeah. But again, I want to thank you so much, man. Everybody should check out Greymarch on all streaming platforms. And don't forget that Bite the Bullet comes out on Super Mario Day, March 10th. And their music is amazing. So look them up on Spotify and all streaming platforms. And remember that without music, life would be a mistake.